Hello, my dear students, and welcome back to our English lessons for level 3. This is the last part of Unit 7, reading and speaking. We're gonna read about 60 years of flight. When you travel by plane, this is a flight. Flight, رحلة طيران. So what's the title of this passage? Planes to rockets, planes to rockets in 60 years. Planes, we fly by planes from a city to another city, from a country to another country. طائرات. Rockets fly into space, to the moon. الصاروخ أو الصواريخ. So what's the title of this passage? There are just 60 years between the first flight and the first man on the moon. In the 20th century, progress in aviation was phenomenal. Progress or development, تقدم أو تطور, aviation, الطيران, was phenomenal, it was exceptional, يعني كان شيء استثنائي. So you are going to read about the first air journey and the first man on the moon. Try to answer these questions. Number 1, when and where did the journey begin? Journey, it's like a flight. رحلة. Air journey, it's like a flight. It's the same as flight. So when and where did the journey begin or start? How long did it take? How far was the journey there? How long? We ask about the length of the journey. مدة. How far? كم تبعد أو المسافة. How fast did they go? Where did the journey end? In what way was this flight a beginning? So we will read about the first air journey and the first man on the moon. On July 25, 1909, a Frenchman, Louis Blériot, became the first man to complete an air journey when he flew from Calais in the north of France to Dover in the south of England. Blériot's flight amazed the whole of Europe. People thought that such a journey was impossible. Amazed, astonished, يعني أدهشت أو أذهلت. The flight wasn't easy. Mr. Blériot, a 37-year-old engineer, couldn't swim. So he didn't want to come down in the channel between England and France. He couldn't walk very well because of a leg injury, and he didn't have a compass. Leg injury, his leg hurt. إصابة في الساق. A compass tells you the directions, north, south, east, west. On the morning of the 25th, he took off, or he started his flight at 4:30 from a field at the edge of a cliff. حافة منحدر صخري. It took 37 minutes to complete the 22-mile journey. So how long does it take? 37 minutes. How far? 22-mile journey. The plane flew at 40 miles per hour at an altitude of 250 feet. Altitude or height, يعني على ارتفاع, altitude. Everything went well until he flew into fog. If there is fog, you can't see well. ضباب, يعني كانت الأمور تمام إلى أن وصل إلى ضباب أو دخل في ضباب. Flew into fog. I continued flying for 10 minutes, but I couldn't see the land, only the sky and the sea. It was the most dangerous part of the flight. I wasn't worried about the machine. It flew beautifully. Finally, I saw the land, he told reporters. He told people from TV. When he got to Dover, he saw a French newspaper journalist waving a flag. يشير بعلم. He cut the engine at 60 feet and crashed into a field. اصطدم بحقل, crashed into a field. The news quickly went round the world, and Mr. Blériot's flight was celebrated in London and Paris. Celebrate, to make a party. He won a prize of £1,000. The crossing was the start of modern aviation, said Louis Blériot, the grandson of the pioneer. You know, grandson is the son of grandfather's son. Hafid, grandson of the pioneer. Pioneer, it means the first man. Louis Blériot. اللي هو هذا اللي بيتكلم حفيد البايونير المتقدم أو الرائد اللي هو بدأ الطيران. Passage number 2. On 16 July 1969 at 9:30 in the morning, Apollo 11 lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. There were 3 astronauts. Astronauts, people who travel into space. رواد فضاء. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. The enormous rocket. Enormous, it means very, very big. The enormous rocket took 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon. So how long is the journey? Does it take? 3 days. How far? 250,000 miles. Traveling at 6 miles per second. Then it circled the moon 30 times, giving time to prepare for the landing. Okay, land, الهبوط. The lunar module. Lunar comes from the moon. Okay, so the lunar module landed on a part of the moon called the Sea of Tranquility at 8:17 in the evening on 20 July. It was time for the astronauts to rest, but they were too excited to sleep. They didn't want to sleep because they were very happy, excited. At 3 in the morning on July 21st, Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. 600 million people all over the world watched the moon walk on TV. As Armstrong took his first steps, he said the famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." يعني هذه خطوة صغيرة للإنسان ولكنها قفزة عملاقة للبشرية. Giant leap for mankind. Armstrong and Aldrin spent 2.5 hours walking on the moon. They collected samples and set up scientific equipment. Finally, they put up a US flag. After 22 hours on the moon, the lunar module lifted off and flew up to join the rocket that took them back to Earth. They left an inscription. It's like writing on a rock, يعني زي مخطوطة, inscription. Here, men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969. We came in peace for all mankind. This flight was the beginning of man's exploration of space. Exploration, finding out, استكشاف الفضاء, space. So try to answer the questions of the passage here from number 1 to number 6. You can read again. Now let's move on to another exercise, vocabulary and listening, words that go together. So read and match the nouns or the verbs with nouns. So drink tea or coffee. What about study? Let me maximize that. Study what? From here. Yes, study politics. Politics, it's a subject. السياسة. يبقى يدرس السياسة. So this is number 2. Okay, this is number 2. Let me write here, to study politics. Now try to pause the video, write your answers, matching the verbs with nouns, then play the video again and check your answers. Now you cannot check your answer. Please repeat after me. So again, drink tea or coffee, study politics. Cook a meal, cook a meal. A meal may be breakfast, lunch, dinner. Travel the world, travel the world. Earn a lot of money, earn a lot of money. Play chess. Start school. Watch television. Drive a car. Buy things in shops. Speak Spanish. And ride a bike. You can ask questions in present and past. Do you drink tea or coffee in the morning? Or you can say, I usually drink coffee, I sometimes have tea. In the past, when did you last cook a meal? So we use did for the past. The answer yesterday, last week, in August. You can change these verbs into the past. You can say, I drank a lot of tea yesterday. I studied politics 2 years ago. I cooked a meal. I traveled. I earned, and so on. Now for this exercise, we have compound nouns, nouns that go together. We have orange juice. What about number 2? Railway what? Yes, railway station. Railway station. It's a station to catch a train from there. If you want to catch a train, you go to the railway station. Now, again, pause the video for 2 minutes. Write your answers. Match the nouns together. They are compound nouns. Compound nouns are 2 nouns or more that come together. Okay, so pause the video, write your answer, then play the video again and check your answers. Here are the answers. Repeat after me. Again, orange juice, railway station, swimming pool, swimming pool, swimming pool. Number 4, handbag, handbag, bus stop, bus stop. We don't say bus stop, no, just one S, bus stop. Newspaper, newspaper, airport, airport. We go to the airport to catch a plane. Credit card, we use a credit card to pay money, credit card. Washing machine, we use the washing machine to wash our dirty clothes. Book shop, we go to the bookshop to buy a book. Living room and the car park, you go to the car park to stop your car there. Now for this exercise, number 3, fill the gaps with the correct preposition. So number 1, Karima comes from Syria. What about number 2? I like listening the radio. Yes, excellent. I like listening to the radio. She went the mall. Her friends. She went to the mall with her friends. Okay, so now pause the video and try to fill the gaps with the correct preposition in, on, at, for, from, with, by preposition. Okay, here are the answers. Number 4, he got up at 11 o'clock on Sunday. My father works in an office in the city center. Our city has a lot of tourists in summer. My parents are at home at the moment. I write emails to my daughter. This is a photo of my brother. Here is a cup of tea for you. So try to read them again. And let's move on to another exercise. And now it's everyday English social expressions. Look at the pictures here and listen to the first lines of the conversation and how can be reply. So number 1, we were on holiday in Cairo last month. Really? Did you have a good time? Now number 2, this is a present for you. What can you say? If someone says, this is a present for you. Yes, good. You will say, thank you very much, or thanks a lot. That's very kind of you. Number 3, don't forget it's a bank holiday tomorrow, Marco. Don't forget it's a bank holiday tomorrow. So what can you say? Yes, you can say, why is it a holiday? Or what do you mean? Why don't we have lunch together tomorrow? Why don't we have lunch together tomorrow? So you can say, that's a good idea. Or you can say, sorry, I am not free, or I am busy tomorrow. Thank goodness it's Friday. Have a good weekend. Thank goodness it's Friday. Have a good weekend. So you can say, thanks, you too. Excuse me, can I have the bill, please? Here we have the bill. After you finish eating, you ask for, yes, we ask for the bill. So, can I have the bill, please? Because it's large. Oh, I have a terrible headache. You know, headache. If you have a headache, so you feel pain in your head. So you can say, sorry for that. Take this aspirin. Why don't you take this aspirin? Could you open the door for me? You can say, yes, sure. Bye, have a safe journey. Thanks. You too. So try to write the correct sentence into each conversation. Okay, so again, read the conversation. Use a line from here to complete the conversations. Then we will listen and check. So now, pause the video, write your answers, then play the video again and check your answers. Now you can listen and check your answers.
Tape script 7.12. 1.
We were on holiday in Cairo last month.
Really? Did you have a good time?
Yes, it was great.
Was the weather good?
It was fantastic. Hot and sunny every day.
2.
This is a present for you.
That's so kind. Thank you very much.
I bought it for you in Cairo. I hope you like it.
What is it?
Open it and see.
3.
Don't forget it's a bank holiday tomorrow, Marco.
Sorry, what does that mean?
It's a public holiday. Banks and offices are closed.
Are any shops open?
Oh yes, a lot of shops and restaurants are still open. They want your money.